What's up, everybody? This is Creek, your brother, Six for Sixers podcast here. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Let's get the discussion going. Today, we are recapping the Sixers versus the Portland Trail Blazers. Hmm. Sixers took a vicious loss, 130 to 104. And, just to recap the game, it was not a great effort by the Sixers tonight. They were down two of their starters, Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid. However, I feel like this possibly was a winnable game if the Sixers put in a little more effort. So, if you're new to the Six for Sixers podcast, this is where we basically break down the game or any Sixers topic in 6 points, and then we lead the rest to the discussion. Obviously, there's more than 6 points to this game, but we'll go through the top six. This was a West Coast game, and I am on the East Coast. So it's 12:35 now. So I'll probably pay for this in the morning, but I did want to recap the game for a few minutes. So my first point um really was key to our loss today is 3-point shooting. 3-point shooting. Wow. Hmm. We were 5 for 29 as a team for three, 17%. I have said it all season that anytime the 76ers do not shoot really at least above 30% from the 3-point line, it's going to be a tough night. Um, Shooting 17% is probably going to be a loss. And 29 free 29 3-pointers. A lot of attempts, they just kept shooting it and shooting it, shooting it, and they weren't falling. So my first point is one of the keys tonight to our loss is that we just didn't shoot well from the 3-point line. And we're a team that shoots 3-pointers at a high volume, and we need to make more than 17% of them. Point number two, the third quarter. We were not doing bad. I mean, up until halftime, it looked like we were hanging on by a thread, but at least in the halftime, the score was relatively close. The third quarter was the quarter really that Portland jumped out on us, third and fourth, but by the fourth, it was pretty much over. But in the third quarter, at one point, the Pacers went on a 14-0 run. And it was just overall sloppy play in the third quarter. Fumbled passes. At one point, Oubre and I think Morris Sr. were miscommunicating on a rebound, and ball goes out of bounds. Um, Mo Bamba, Harris passed to him a little bit late, I will say. Mo Bamba tried to make a play and shot clock violation. So it was just overall sloppy play in the third quarter. And that was also the quarter that Portland really turned it up. So third quarter was the second point I want to make that was instrumental in our loss tonight. Um, Third point is Tobias Harris. They come back off of a illness. However, he was just out of sync tonight. Tobias Harris was 3 for 9, only 9 field goal attempts, and with Tyrese Maxey and Embiid out, should be a lot more than that. 0 for 3 from 3-point, for a total of 9 points. He had um, 4 rebounds, which is below his average, and only 1 assist. So I mean, he might still either not be 100% and played simply because Embiid and Maxey were out, or just a little bit rusty after not playing for the last couple games. So I thought that was a key to us not getting the victory tonight was Tobias Harris not being his usual productive self. The next point I want to make, point number four, is our defense. Defense was just horrendous. Um, particularly DeAndre Ayton. I mean, he just killed us with that backdoor, that lob over the top. I mean, we have athletic bigs like Paul Reed and Mo Bamba, but he just kept getting that backdoor cut and just they lobbed the ball up to him just for a dunk. So Ayton got a lot of easy baskets. Let me see. Ayton was a total of 18 points on 9 of 14 shooting. And a lot of those, he was a plus 28. A lot of those were just lobs to the basket, getting them some really, really easy looks. Also, defensively, as I've said all season, we have trouble locking down the point guard. And Malcolm Brogdon, he lit us up for 24, and he was 3 from 5, 60% from 3-point range. Um, and, I love Pat Bev's intensity, but I mean, this is probably an effect of not having DeAnthony Melton as well in the mix, who is, I guess, more of a defensive stopper, can kind of stay with those younger guards. So that was my my next point. So my next point, point number um 4 is that just the overall lack of effort. Overall lack of effort. Um I think this is point number 5, actually. That's how tired I am. But it was an overall lack of effort. I mean, there was a lot of lost balls on just hustle plays, plays that we could have gotten to it, but we just didn't get down and dirty and go after loose balls. There was no scrap, no fire tonight from most of the guys. Seemed a little tired, and maybe so. I mean, I don't know, after maybe losing to Denver, and but it was not a back to back. But I don't know, maybe going in different altitudes. I'm making a lot of excuses for the team tonight, but I think that this just was an off night for us. My 6 point was not a key to the loss, but I felt was a bright spot was the play of Kelly Oubre Jr. I do think with the absence of Embiid and Maxey, it gives Oubre an opportunity to get more touches and to really display what he's capable of doing. In the last couple games, he's been pretty good. 25 points tonight. It was not good from the 3-point line, but nobody was. 0 for 5 from 3-point, man, but he was 11 and 20 overall and 3 for 3 from the free throw stripe, 6 rebounds. And I thought that he played an overall all around game, did not just settle for the 3-pointer, took the ball to the basket a lot of times, powered it up, and got some easy buckets. Um, so I would love to see Oubre continue that when Embiid and Maxey return, because I think he is going to be a valuable asset to the team going forward. And those are my 6 points. Overall, just not a good win for the Sixers. And it really begs the question that we may have, do we need to make a trade? Do we need some additional players to get us deeper into the playoffs? And we did have 2 of our main players out, Embiid and Maxey. However, I do think that the bench goes really deep with this team. But also, when the offense is very dependent on a player like Joel Embiid, when he's out, it does leave a void of 30, 40 plus points and, double digit rebounds. So can't play the song tonight. Um, but I don't know. We play back to back, so we play again tomorrow night, and it's another 10 o'clock. So we'll see. Can't play the song, but this is the 6for Sixer podcast. I'm your brother, Creek Creek. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Still go Sixers. I mean, we're not giving up on the season. We still having an overall good season. So let's see what we come up with tomorrow night. As always, I'll see you in the chat line or on the Facebook page. Peace.